All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Daily Dimensions podcast. As always, I am your host, Smitty, back with another one. Before we get into the episode, which I can guarantee it's going to be a good one. Let's get into some housekeeping items. So, as always, if you are looking for faith-based apparel, Christian apparel, I'm talking hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, jewelry, you name it, look no further than ubgclothing.com. You can use my promo code DAILY15 for 15% off your order. Again, faith-based apparel, ubgclothing.com. DAILY15 is the code. Tap in with your boy. Let's go get it. Now, that aside, also, my thoughts and prayers are with my people in Jamaica. That hurricane was no joke. There's a lot of resiliency in that country, man. So much has gone on. There's a lot of people dealing with a lot of loss right now. I know some people personally there who are navigating some stuff that's going on, and thoughts and prayers are definitely with them. You know, it's a journey, but if any country is bouncing back, it's Jamaica. That is a resilient group of people. They got some fight in them, and a hurricane is not going to keep them down, but they do need our support. So if you know anybody locally who is sending goods, services, whatever, sending barrels down, whatever it may be, help, donate, send the money, send the food, donate stuff that you are not using, any way that you can help, support, or even just lifting them up in prayer. It's important. It matters. It makes a difference. Let's engage with it. Any other housekeeping stuff? Let's talk about my life real quick before I start talking about y'all's. There wasn't an episode last week, as y'all know, right? And there was a reason there wasn't an episode last week. And the reason being, I have food poisoning. I was cooked. Your boy was down bad. I had flown to Buffalo on Friday, right? Because I have a brother that lives in Buffalo. He now lives in Connecticut again. He needed help moving. So I flew to Buffalo Friday night, helped him pack up all his stuff. Saturday morning, we loaded the truck up, hooked his car up to the truck. So now I'm towing it and never towed nothing in my life. It was a crash course on towing vehicles. I towed the vehicle as well. We did that together. It was crazy. We pulled over at a rest stop, and the straps that was holding the car down came off. I didn't even know it. Some dude tapped on my window in the U-Haul truck. He said, "Hey bro, you know the straps came off of the car back there." And I said, "Thank God you told me. Would have been cooked." There's like an emergency hook that holds the vehicle in case the straps come off. God knows how long we've been driving by just that hook, just by a thread. But so me and my brother David had to strap the car back down. We almost lost the vehicle. It was a long drive. We didn't get home till like 12:30 in the morning. It was very painful, right? All that aside, that's not the story. Food poisoning. So the next day, Sunday, I'm sitting there. Family came over because they had helped him put all his stuff in the storage unit, whatever. I didn't help because I had something I had to do. And they're sitting down eating pizza. You know, people help you move. You buy them a pizza. That's just what black people do. And I didn't want no pizza. I was like, my stomach feel a little funny. I feel a little, you know what I'm saying? And normally my stomach is straight, but I was like, no, I'm okay. We sitting there watching football, eating pizza. I'm not eating nothing. Then I was like, yo, it's kind of cold in here. Y'all not cold? And everybody was like, nah, I feel okay. And I was like, nah, I feel cold. Give me a blanket. Got a blanket. So now my stomach is hurting. I feel cold. I'm not putting two and two together. I'm like, maybe it's just a little something, nothing crazy. I took some Pepto. I drank some tea. I'm going to be straight, regular stuff. Fast forward. I'm like, nah, I gotta get up. I gotta move. Get up, go to the bathroom, throw up. It was bad, boy. It was bad, man. And then I was like, okay, I threw up. I'm gonna be good. I'm straight. I don't gotta worry about nothing after that. That proceeded into a week-long level of just torment. Me and my stomach was in a full Hell in a Cell cage match type joint. It was a fight, boy, between me and my stomach for the rest of the week. And I don't know what I ate, what I did. I don't know if it's because I drank the tap water at my brother's apartment. I didn't drink the filter water. I drank because the filter wasn't. I didn't know where the filter was. Everything was in boxes. So I drank the tap water, and I think that's what did it. Because I ate regular food. I ain't eat nothing crazy. I ain't eat no seafood or nothing like undercooked. Some medium rare type. It might be the tap water, y'all. Not more I think about it, I think it's the tap water. But yeah, my stomach was cooked, bro. And I was having gas pain all night. It felt like it was needles in my stomach. It was pain. I wake up 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, no sleep. And I took gas pills, did nothing for me. Pepto did nothing for me. All of that stuff you could have took did nothing for me. I'm waking up in a cold sweat, stomach flipping. I called my dad. I said, Dad, help me, I'm dying. My dad made me some soup, bussing. And then he bought me some lime and some baking soda. And he said, this is what's going to fix you. So he took 2 limes, squeezed them joints in a cup, put a little tissue of water, a packet of sugar, right? Packet of sugar in a cup. Mixed it together, grabbed a big old spoon of baking soda. He said, when I throw this in a cup, drink it. Threw it in a cup. I said, it's baking soda science experiment everywhere, like in volcanoes in middle school. And I drank it, immediately started burping, gas coming out, the bloat started going away. I said, oh, this works. So trust the herbal remedies. Them gas pills didn't do nothing for me. No Pepto did nothing for me. But lime, water, and baking soda will change your life. If you struggling with some stomach pain, lime, water, and baking soda get you right immediately. It was, yeah. So that's why there was no episode, no YouTube, no nothing. I ain't post nothing on social media. I barely been in my stories and all of that. Your boy was going through it, but I'm back now. And now that I'm back, let's get into the episode. Oh, the other thing, I lied. My church did an evangelism course. It was a 4-week course. I completed it. What's today? Monday? Yesterday was my last course. So your boy, you're going to see me in the street evangelizing. If you're in the New Haven area, you're going to see me out there a lot. So when I come up to you trying to talk to you about the Lord, please accept him. All right. Make my job easier. But yeah, let's get into the episode. This is a topic I touched on however long ago. You know, we deep in these episodes at this point, 100 plus, baby. But I saw it on one of my friends posted it in his story. And I think he said men's happiness is overrated or something like that. I forget how exactly they phrased it, but it's a conversation about men's happiness, especially men's happiness in relationships, and just the overall question of, does men's happiness matter? Right? And the fact that I have to create an episode like this speaks to the experiences of a lot of men, right? Because why am I making an episode saying, does happiness matter? Happiness matters, right? Joy is important, but not everybody sees it that way. I know a number of people who will argue that, you know, once you find yourself in a relationship, you got a wife, you got a kid, there are things that are more important than you. And once these things become more important than you, your happiness doesn't matter. That couldn't be further from the truth. There are a lot of people who, you know, historically preach happy wife, happy life. Your happiness don't matter. As long as your wife is happy, you should be happy. Could not be further from the truth. What I want men to take away from this episode is that your happiness matters, right? Joy matters. Peace matters. Things that make you happy and help you to feel complete and fulfilled in life matters. I'll take my father for an example, right? Was he always super involved in my life? No. But what I saw from him as a dad, as I watched him be a dad to my other siblings, right, who lived with him. And this is just observation. And even looking at his life now, how he shows up as a husband and a father to adult children. My dad will show up for his kids, hence the lime and the baking soda and all that other stuff. You know, he does show up for his wife, but he also shows up for himself. And the way he does it is that he still finds things that bring him joy in a healthy way. One of those things for him is soccer. My dad will be 60 in January, I want to say, and he still plays soccer, right? He's still out there running up and down that field, playing soccer, refereeing soccer, staying around a game that he loves and enjoys from his childhood, from his upbringing. And you can be a lot of things for other people, but you still have to be something for yourself. You still have to find something that brings you peace, brings you joy, puts a smile on your face that is separate from your kids, separate from your wife, separate from your job, separate from your responsibilities. And that helps you to reconnect with who you are, right? It's very easy to lose yourself in relationships, especially as a man. You get in there and you really start feeling like this ain't even about me. This is just about you. And I'm just living here, right? Like it's your world. I'm just living in it. And a lot of men fall into that. I've fallen into that. But what I've learned through personal experience, what I've seen in the world, balance is everything. Balance is everything. And you cannot lose your identity in a relationship. The relationship cannot become your identity. You cannot sacrifice everything that makes you you in the name of making everybody else happy or making everything else work. It's just not going to happen, because what does it mean to have been this Superman for everybody else and been nothing for you, right? Your happiness matters. And if you are with a partner who does not make it a point to invest in your happiness as well, right? That isn't concerned about bringing you some kind of joy and some kind of peace too, right? There's a give and take in relationships. And a lot of men find themselves just giving and giving and giving and thinking like, okay, I'm supposed to be a provider, so my job is just to give. My job is just to show up and do things. What they say at Planet Fitness, I pick things up and I put them down, right? But there's so much more to it than that. It's also okay to receive. I struggled for a long time being able to receive love in any capacity. If someone wanted to do something nice for me, I rejected it, right? Even something as simple as celebrating me for my birthday, I would reject it. I didn't know how to receive love. I didn't know how to receive good things. I didn't know how to be taken care of in a relationship. I didn't know how to allow myself not to be in provider mode 100% of the time and allow myself to be celebrated. I didn't know how to receive compliments even. I'm just like, nah, it's okay. It's cool. And so many men even struggle with that. Like any type of thing that turns it back on you and we're trying to like make it about you now, we push it away because we don't know how to we don't know how to let things be about us, because we make our whole life about somebody else. Whether we make it about our mothers, whether we make it about our kids, our spouses, or our dreams, right? And even that, like destination addiction, we will get so focused on where we want to be in life that we find no joy in today. Where it's like if we have not reached our goals and we're not making multiple six figures and got the life and the luxury that we're looking for, is like there's nothing to be happy about. And that's not true. There's so much to be happy about. And as you push forward to your goals, as you build the life it is that you want, you also got to take time. What they said, take time to smell the roses, man. Enjoy the little things along the way. Enjoy that downtime. Enjoy the moments you have with your friends that are filled with love and laughter. Enjoy those moments with your family that are filled with love and laughter. Find things that still bring you joy, that make you find that thing that makes you feel like a kid again, right? For me, video games have been that. Podcasting has done that a little bit too. Because when I was a little kid, me and my brother used to like pretend we had a TV show. So like even this kind of heals that inner child. It speaks to that inner child a little bit. Like you got to find those things that bring you joy, bro. Like it's okay to be happy as a man to man, right? Looking at the man on the other side of this camera, it's okay to be happy. Your whole life doesn't have to be service to others. You're going to crash out if you keep doing that. And bringing it back to a romantical relationship sense, you know, we need to do a better job at teaching the next generation about relationships. I think we found ourselves in a space where love for men is, marriage even for men is something that isn't longed for in the way that it used to be. I think there are a number of men, this is not every man, but I think that there are a number of men that settle for marriage instead of hoping for marriage. I think that there are a number of men that settle for relationships instead of hoping for relationships, and that settle for love instead of hoping for love, because they look at love and see it as another obligation. They see it as another place where I have to show up for somebody and provide. They see it as another place where I have to be responsible for something. And a lot of men are stressed out and tired and overwhelmed and don't want to be responsible for anything else. But they also don't want to feel disconnected from woman, don't want to feel disconnected romantically, don't want to feel disconnected intimately, still want a woman's presence. But it's like, man, and then it creates difficulty trying to commit for a lot of men. I'm not saying this is my case, but I've witnessed some things. And it's like, I want a relationship with a woman. I want to feel connected with a woman. I appreciate a woman's presence. I appreciate a woman's touch. I appreciate everything that comes with a woman. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but then if I know that once I go deeper into this relationship, it's going to require a level of responsibility and obligation that is overwhelming, can be draining, can be taxing, and I'm not fully seeing where it benefits me back, right? And I think a lot of men are looking at relationships that way because of this happy wife, happy life narrative, because men don't see relationships and see where I can find joy in that, because men haven't had enough positive experiences where it's like, okay, a relationship is the best thing for me. A lot of men look at relationships and do not think it's the best thing for them. A lot of men look at isolation and think it's the best thing for them. And it's the opposite, right? The right relationship is the greatest thing for you. The right partner is the greatest thing for you. Community is the greatest thing for you. Isolation can't do nothing for you. What they say, if you want to go far, go together. If you want to go fast, go alone. And there's a lot of men going fast to crashing out. It's a lot of men going fast to stress and overwhelm and high blood pressure because of the way these things are trending. But it's super important that we teach this next generation relationships in the right way, and that we do that work ourselves to understand relationships for ourselves the right way. It's about balance. It's about love. It's about give and take. And it's about keeping God in the center of your relationships. I'm going to talk about God every episode. The foundation of your relationship is important. The same way when you're building a home, the first thing you pour is that foundation. If you build your relationship on a shaky foundation that's just built on personal opinions, personal preferences, and past hurt and experiences, it's not a great foundation to build a relationship on. But if you build it on love, mutual expectations, a firm spiritual foundation, a great communication, you build it on them kind of things. Oh boy, the sky is the limit. You might be Barack and Michelle. You know what I'm saying? You might be something spectacular. You know what I'm saying? Nothing short of the best. But the foundation you build your relationship on matters. Communication matters. Conflict resolution matters. A lot of men are not terrible at conflict resolution. There are a lot of men who are great at conflict resolution and find themselves in a relationship with a partner that is really bad at it. And that alone will turn you off from wanting to be in a relationship, because it's like, man, I'm trying to approach this in a clear and logical way, and you're meeting my logic with your emotion, and we're not getting nowhere. And then it's less about what happened. It's less about what you did to offend me, and it's more about how my approach is making you feel. And it's like, well, now I feel like we can't even talk about nothing. And that also turns a lot of men off from relationships, and feeling as though that they can't be happy because there's an attempt to communicate and it's met with lots of emotion, no acceptance for how I feel, maybe a lack of accountability. And all of these things come together to push men into a space where it's like, man, I can't really look at relationships and be like, man, I really want this. I can't look at it and say this is going to be the best thing for me. And some of these experiences have been mine. Some of these experiences, again, it's just things I see. And this is not all men. It's not every man, but it's enough men that it's led to this conversation. It's enough men that it's led to this episode. It's enough men that we got to have this kind of discourse. And my hope is that everybody, right? Because that's where we find ourselves with this podcast. That's kind of the point of me talking to y'all every week. Is the point of the work I've done with myself. My hope is that we all heal from the things that have pushed us to become who we are in a negative way. Heal from the things that have hurt us. Heal from the things that have traumatized us. Heal from negative ways of thinking, outdated ways of thinking. Do that work, right? Find a therapist, join the group, do the yoga, whatever it is, right? Do that necessary work so that when you do come together with somebody else, right? Two healed people is a great situation. Sometimes you step into a relationship and you dealing with somebody else's baggage, and right, and you good, but they may not be, and then bad foundation, or they good and you not, bad foundation. Well, you can't come into a relationship trying to fix nobody. That ain't finna work. Bad foundation. So it's necessary that we do that work, right? Take that time, right, in that singleness, in that isolation, and in that wilderness season, to grow. Learn about yourself, heal, become a better man, become a better woman. Prepare for your future partner. That'd be the other thing. You can't want we did this episode. You can't want this stuff and not prepare for it. God, give me a husband. Get ready for one. Because if I gave you right now, you'd mess it up. God, I want a wife. Get ready for one. Because if he gave it to you right now, you'd mess it up. Maybe God is not blessing you with it because your views on this whole thing is messed up. Maybe he's not giving it to you because you terrible. You know, you got to figure it out. You got to go to therapy. They've been trying to get you in anger management for years. You refuse to go. You said, no, I'm straight. I just be like that sometimes. No, you need help, brother. Like it's a lot. It's a lot, man. But my hope is that work is done. That work is done, and we all find ourselves on the right side of healing, the right side of growth, the right side of just being better people, and that we can look at relationships in a new light, because the right partner, man, is really it's a game changer. It just unlocks something. Being in right relationship with the right person is so beautiful, and I've witnessed it, and I want it. Like, that's my goal. I look forward to marriage. I look forward to a family. I look for what if I've done that, I've made it. Don't nothing else matter. The world could be falling down. Hey, I'm married, I got kids, and we love each other. Forget what y'all doing. We about to move off grid. We gonna be straight. But yeah, I'm hoping that, you know, and man, I really want y'all to understand. You matter. In a world where everybody's telling you that you don't matter and your happiness is not important, and just shut up and do your job and do this for whoever, and happy wife, happy life, and you take care of your moms, and you got responsibilities, and no one cares how you feel. I care how you feel. Forget what everybody else is saying. I care how you feel. You're important. You matter. We need you. And not only do we need you at your best. We need you at your best. So do what you got to do to get there, man. Do the work, go to therapy, get the healing, go to church, all of that. And come see me on Daily Dimensions, all right? So until next time, this is Daily Dimensions. Please comment, like, subscribe, rate it 5 stars wherever you're listening at, whatever platform you're on. And until next time, peace.